What's up, everybody? This is Hillbillies here, and welcome back to episode 13 of my game pickups. I know it's been a really long time, but I actually haven't gone out and gotten too many games. I did over the summer. We had the 70-mile yard sale, which we have on the island every year, and it's crazy. It's literally like 70 miles that you can drive, and there's yard sales everywhere, so you never really know what you're going to run into. Luckily, I was lucky to get a few games here and there, and once in a while at the thrift stores, but nothing too crazy because work was pretty busy and whatnot. So I'm going to grab some of these here right quick. Start off with just two PC games. Necronomicon, that is one of them here. It seems to be, it says, what secrets lie beneath the dilapidated farmhouse? So, travel beyond the realms of science, discover the mysterious apparatus holds the secrets to the afterlife. It looks like you run around a town or something and try and explore things, so that kind of looks like something that could be interesting. Next one is Command and Conquer, Red Alert 3. I remember playing the earlier Command and Conquers. I don't remember the exact one, probably the first, second one, or whatever on the computer back in the day when I was a kid, so those were a good time. Now, these PlayStation 1 games, these are, or one of these, this is a copy, if you can see, it's kind of like the label looks a little weird, and you can really tell on the disc, and of course it even says CDR, but the guy basically gave me that one. But I did buy Looney Tunes Racing off of him, which was kind of cool. That, I think, is also, just another copy, but I've never played it, so I was kind of curious what it would be like. Because that one looks like an actual cover, but the rest of it isn't, so I'm wondering if the guy maybe lost the game or lent it to somebody. And of course, Crash Team Racing is always good to have, but I already have it, a real copy of it, of course, which is always good. Now for some PlayStation 2, I've got Rainbow Six 3. I have most of the other ones, I think. Like, so far I'm going through all the Rainbow Six games, and I'm, starting at the first one, and little by little I am getting there. Of course, couldn't pass up the Grand Theft Auto 3 double pack. Of course, all these, like I say, most of them, they were all in bundles, $5 for a whole bunch of them, or whatever. Like, people are just basically giving them away at this point. Got some PlayStation 3s here. Just Tiger Woods PGA 13. Something, I just don't have it. PS3 Sports Champion. That was like $1 at the thrift store. I've got Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. That was probably also just like $2 or something, or I bought that off of somebody maybe. Fallout New Vegas. Now I have it for the Xbox, but I don't actually have it for the PlayStation 3, so it's kind of cool to have that now. Move on just quick. I picked this off a kid who was selling it at a yard sale, so I was kind of glad to get one of them. Is one of the Minecraft books. This is the construction handbook, so it's kind of cool. It's got all sorts of different ideas and tips and tricks and stuff people can do and build and work on. So I thought that was something interesting. I have to get the other three now, of course. Now these next couple things, these aren't really games, but they're the demo discs you'd get from the Xbox magazines back in the day. So that's from the original Xbox magazines. It's funny because I actually had this one as a kid, and I'm not exactly sure where it went. I still have a bunch laying around somewhere. But you don't pull out those too often because as a kid you're always like, oh, I want to get those games, and then like now I have most of the games that I wanted when I had them for the demo disc or whatever. So a couple of good pickups. Just like I have a lot of these games, some of them I don't, but I wasn't gonna pass them up. Like Star Wars Clone Wars with the Tetris one. These are getting a little harder to find. They did come with the Xbox originally, but it's getting pretty old now. That 007, Agent Under Fire. 007 games are always usually pretty good, and this one looks decent. I've never seen it, never had a chance to play it, so that's going to be something good. Tony Hawk's Underground 2, because it's Tony Hawk, I don't see why not. Hitman 2, Silent Assassin. That's always a good time. I really like the Hitman games, one of the earlier ones. I don't think I've ever played those. Tony Hawk's Underground, the first one. So now I got the first and second, that's good. Ghost Recon Island Thunder. I'm collecting a bunch of the Ghost Recons as well, mostly trying to get every game I can. So most of the Ghost Recons and stuff I've checked off my list and whatnot. Now this is one I've never seen. It's called Breakdown. It seems like you fight super soldiers and you're given all sorts of different weapons, and it says compelling military science fiction storyline will turn players upside down. Armed soldiers wait for you and arise from a coma. It seems all before you even started. Alas, waking up from a dream, you're Derek Cole, and you're about to embark on a journey that will test your body, wrench your soul, and twist your mind. Interesting. So you got, first person, 3D, hand-to-hand, and all that stuff. So it's like a run-around gun game. It's kind of interesting. A little bit of story. Grand Theft Auto 3. the Xbox collection. I don't really know what the difference is too much between them, but I always try and pick these things up when they're cheap, and a lot of the time they come, like, I get lucky and they come with the map and everything, which is also getting harder to find nowadays. So I was pretty glad to pick that one up as well. Now, move on. So got some more. We've got Amped here for the Xbox as well. Amped, those were always a really good snowboarding game, so I really enjoyed that. Had to pick up Wallace and Gromit, of course, when I saw it, because like Wallace and Gromit's pretty funny, and I didn't know there was a game about it, so I figured I might as well pick it up and see what it's all about. Along with Blinks the Time Sweeper. That's another, like, it looks like an action game. You kind of run around at, let's see, 35 levels, and you have to rescue a princess, apparently. It looks, I think I've heard of it, but I never got a chance to actually try it out as a kid, and it's been so long. But NHL 12, just adding it to the collection, something I didn't have. What's this? Big Bumpin'? It's just it's like a Burger King game for the Xbox. It's very, I don't know. It's I've heard of them, of course. Another one here being Sneak King. Of course, I didn't pay much for these. These were very cheap when I got them all. Titanfall. I didn't have Titanfall, so now I've got that, and I think it actually came out now as on the games for gold, but now I've got a physical copy as well. Aliens vs. Predators for the Xbox 360. The Alien vs. Predator games I heard were pretty good, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe take a shot at that, maybe make a video about it or something. Now, I realized one big box PC thing here is Egypt 2. So it looks like you actually get to run around and explore things, and there's like puzzles and challenges and stuff to do, kind of almost like a Myst game or something. I don't know if it's just a point and click adventure game or not. Something I picked up too here the other day, this is just like $4, was a Call of Duty Ghost strategy guide. Now, I always like picking up the strategy guides when they're cheap and I see them out of the store. I like having them on the shelf. They're pretty cool. They always show you different things that maybe you didn't know about the game and stuff like that. So something I got a long time ago too, I don't know if I ever showed, was I've got this Wii here, this red Wii. It's it's like a Wii Mini. They aren't as powerful and do all the other things that the regular Wii does, but it was cheap at the place. It says $60, but I got it for way cheaper than that. And it came with the red Wiimotes, which actually go along with the Mario Wii that you would get, the normal one that's also red. I'm surprised they never put his face on it or anything to actually call it a Mario Wii. Only 3 things left here. I've got a Sony PlayStation 1 green clear controller and a red clear controller. I paid about $8 or so for these ones, which I found was fair. Like, they're $5 for a regular controller averaged everywhere. And I hadn't seen these before, and I don't have them, so it's kind of cool to add them to the collection. I'll put them up somewhere on the shelf, try and get all the different colors, kind of like you would for the N64 or whatever. And the last thing here is I got a Sega Genesis controller. Now, this was only $6. I'm surprised they didn't want more for this. These are usually harder to find, but just something I'm glad to have. The old ones, it's nice to have a bunch of them. The parts and things break pretty often and things like that. So it's nice to have backups and spares and whatnot. But I think that's pretty much everything I've gotten in the last little while. There may be, I don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but I will check. It's a little dusty at the moment, like I said, it's been a while. But I got a SpongeBob, one of those plug and play games. You put in your TV and whatnot. Just in case I hadn't shown you guys, I got that as well. But that's definitely for sure everything I've gotten over the last little while. So you know, let me know, guys, what you think of all the stuff I got. Let me know if I got some good deals and whatnot. Mostly, like I said, we were $1 a piece or whatever, maybe $5 for some of the games, depending on what it was. But it's always cool to go out and see what you can get. You just never know what you're gonna find. So it's always a fun experience. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.